Hello, this is Mr. M.A. History. Today I try to give you an understanding of the mark scheme for causation question for A-level history paper 2. What are the key skills and techniques for answering these types of questions? And what are the command words? Explain why and why. These are the most common command words for these types of questions. But before we move on, keep in mind one key point that in order to answer causation and analytical questions, you have to show both knowledge and skills. It's 50-50, meaning your response should contain 50% knowledge and remaining 50% your skills. Now, what type of knowledge? It's all about historical knowledge. That is mainly what you have learned largely from the Cambridge endorsed books. Maybe in the form of factual information, past events, and features of the parts, etc. etc. The Cambridge mark scheme basically assesses historical knowledge as assessment objective 1. This is again assessment objective 1 refers to the historical knowledge. When you answer your question, what happened that you might be able to recall 10 points from the historical knowledge that you have learned, but for the answer you may need to use only 3 points. You will select, what will you do? You will basically select best 3 out of the 10 and then use them appropriately to answer your question. Now, how to use this knowledge for attempting the causation question? What type of skills do you need? Under the Cambridge mark scheme, these skills are actually assessed as assessment objective 2. As you can see, assessment AO2, assessment objective 2, they refer to the historical explanation, analysis and judgment mainly. And your responses, that means your responses should contain the causes of events, their consequences, what change occurred and what remains the same. For example, if an event in the past happened, what changes happened due to that and what remains the same, you have to highlight. Then your response should demonstrate the significance of events, significance of causes, historical actors, their contributions, which reason is the most significant and why, and which reason is less important and why. What is the link between different reasons or factors? You have to show connection between them. That means you have to highlight the effects of causes on each other. And then finally, you have to write down your judgment paragraph. However, the Cambridge mark scheme basically assesses all these skills on a scale that has 4 levels, as you can see. It has levels between the bottom level between 0 and 4, and each level, as you can see here, shows the quality of response from low to the high level response with reserving marks. Level 4, for example, shows the features of the high level response, and in order to produce the high level response, your response should show all these features that you can see in this level 4. But we can begin with the bottom level, level 0. As you can see in this level, if a candidate writes no credited answer, that means this response is not worthy of any marks. Okay, so this is 0 level, no marks. However, if the candidate writes description of some points that are related to the question, but they don't, without mentioning of any reason, then that means this level is level 1 and that is eligible for marks between 1 or 2 only. However, if the response only contained description of some reasons but with no explanation, then this is worth between marks 3 and 5 only. This means the response gets to level 2, as you can see. But the responses that contain not only reasons but provide explanation with supporting details, they may deserve marks between 6 and 8, and this means level 3 is achieved, as you can see here. However, if a response reaches level 3, the point is, if a response reaches level 3, only then can it get to the top level 4. In order to get to the top level 4, the response should fully address the question. It should remain well focused. It should give a number of reasons with relevant supporting details. Then, apart from this, the response should demonstrate connection between different reasons, causes, and supported conclusion. The final judgment mainly means the response shows which reason, for example, is the most important and why, and which one is not. So this was all about the mark scheme. I hope this will be helpful to you. Thank you.